We've got breaking news from the Dallas Police Department. The department says it has revised an immigration policy hours ahead of a deadline imposed by Governor Abbott. Last week, the governor threatened to pull millions in public safety funding from the city, saying a years-old policy ran afoul of a contract that the city signed. The governor also said it put FIFA safety funding at risk. In response, the city says its new policy clarifies that Dallas police are not prohibited from inquiring about immigration status or cooperating with federal authorities. The revised policy does say officers will not stop a person solely for the purpose of determining immigration status. In a statement, Chief Daniel Como said our updated policy will affirm that we will cooperate with federal authorities when required. Moreover, our mission has not changed, and DPD exists to protect the safety of everyone in Dallas, and we will not stop individuals only to determine their immigration status. Victims and witnesses should continue to feel safe to report crime. Chief Como told us those policy changes were coming in an interview with Fox 4's Sean Rabb. The chief also talked about his first year of leading the Dallas Police Department, with crime rates down and more officers now on the force. Here's Sean's interview with Chief Como.
So 1 year.
It has been 1 year.
What's it been like?
Super exciting. So happy that I put in for the job. So happy that the city manager chose me.
What's been the learning curve?
You know, I wouldn't say there's been a big learning curve, because law enforcement is law enforcement and leadership is leadership. And as a chief position, it's more important about leadership than it is about being boots on the ground, running the streets. I'm not running the streets anymore, so it's about leadership.
One of the ways you've led has been with these initiatives, these crime initiatives in different sectors of the city.
The operations that we've been doing in partnership with the U.S. Marshals, I think is super important to Dallas. We're putting bad people in jail, and I also feel because we're doing that in certain areas like response times, they've gone down. Every single month over the last 11 months, response times have gone down.
This year, Chief, there have been 8 officer-involved shootings in your department. Here's my question. Do you see people as more willing to risk confrontation with police?
Look, let's just hope it's something that's just happened in these first 4 months and it's not a trend. But the officers are doing a really good job of protecting everyone in the community. Unfortunately, sometimes it comes to gun violence between a suspect and an officer, which it's unfortunate. I hope it slows down. Hopefully we have no more for the rest of the year and we finish at the same number that we ended with last year.
But as a local police chief, there are more politics that you deal with, even at the local level, than as a director at DEA.
I tell you what, there is. And that wasn't one of the things I had checked off on my box that I knew I was going to be dealing with every single day.
When you came to Dallas, the city was under a mandate from the voters to add 900 officers.
Right now, our recruiting is going extremely well. We're one of the few police departments that can say we have more officers right now in 2026 than we did 13 years ago. And that's an amazing stat. But once we get that police academy, it's going to shoot us up even higher.
Where do you take this department?
We're going to keep going to the top. My goal is for us to be known as the #1 police department in the United States.
Sean Rabb, Fox 4 News.